Hello, Jeff Segelke here to give you a quick economic and market update. I just wanted to give you some good news. We've had a lot of bad news over the last 5 or 6 weeks with the coronavirus and the pandemic and the closure of schools and businesses and sporting events and just about everything, it seems like, in the economy. I don't know about you, but I've been extremely bored. I've been watching way too much TV. So anyway, hopefully we're going to get back to life, regular life again soon. Some great news that I wanted to give you. Well, first let me talk about bad news. What's happened? We know that 6 weeks ago or so, as the pandemic broke out here in the United States, the stock market sunk about 30+% from its peak. So a huge decline in about a 3-week time frame. That was the quickest decline in the history of the stock market that we have recorded. So it was worse as far as the quickness and the amount of the decline in the stock market, worse than the Great Depression, worse than 2008. Again, as far as the quickness, it did not go down as much as 2008. The stock market lost 55% in the crash of 2008 and 2009. The stock market lost 88% in the Great Depression of the 1930s. But that didn't all happen in 3 weeks, whereas this one was a really quick flash crash. So that was scary. Closing schools, closing businesses, that of course has stopped the US economy and really the worldwide economy. And that has caused all sorts of problems. As of yesterday, April 16th, the government has reported that there have been 22 million people filing for unemployment just in the last 4 weeks. 22 million. That is horrific. And we need to get the economy back moving. We need to get people back to work. And I feel like it's good news. You may disagree, and that's okay. But President Trump, just last night on his nightly address, he suggested that the economy can be reopened slowly, and it'll be state by state. He's giving the authority to the governors to choose. For most of us who live in Utah, we have not been affected greatly by the coronavirus, and so states like Utah, Wyoming, Montana, and many other states who have not been affected much by coronavirus should be able to reopen fairly quickly. We'll wait to hear what our governor has to say in the next week or two, but hopefully May 1st, I hope, the economy is going to be reopened, businesses are going to be reopened, people can go back to work, and we can get these 22 million people back to work in the United States. But that's going to take time. Honestly, it's going to take several months and maybe even years for all of those people to go back to work. There's a lot of businesses who are not going to recover from this, which is very sad. But businesses that are forced to shutter their doors for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days may not survive. And that can affect employment for years. So again, I think we need to get it back moving. As far as that was really good news last night, another piece of good news that we got is that a pharmaceutical company has a medicine in trial therapy that seems to be working to I don't know if the right term is cure, but take away the symptoms or relieve the symptoms of the coronavirus. It's in trial, so nothing is guaranteed, and it could turn out to be a flop. But right now they're saying they're having really good success and seeing people who have been really sick get better. So hopefully we've got a drug or drugs. There's a couple of different drugs out there that are coming. Testing has been increased, and certain companies have created testing where they can have an answer within 5 to 10 minutes. They can know if you've had coronavirus or not. So with that good news, that is really positive news that should cause the economy and the stock market to pick up steam. And I'm going to say specifically the stock market. The stock market will move quicker than the economy does. And that's just how it works. So you just have to be aware that the stock market will increase before the economy improves. So you've got to wait for that. The economy could again take months, if not years, to recover from this. Hopefully quicker, but it's all going to depend on how quickly we can get back to work. So just be aware of that. We expect the stock market to start increasing. At the same time, you've got to be ready for volatility. There is always a chance when we have a quick decline in the market, and now we've had a quick bounce up. The last 3 weeks, the stock market has actually had a nice little bounce up, and now we've got some good news that could propel us higher. There is always a chance of bad news coming out and the stock market dropping again. So you just have to be aware of that. If you're invested, you have to be invested for the long term, because stocks are going to go up and down, and it's going to depend a lot on what happens next. And does the economy start to improve, and can we get back to work? So as we see that, we'll see what happens, but I fully expect the economy to slowly recover, and it's going to take a while as we get people back to work. And I do expect the stock market to recover fairly quickly. Now, when I say fairly quickly, that doesn't mean next week, next month. It could take a year for the stock market to get back to where it was. It could take 2 years, 3 years. There is no telling, but it could be as quickly as 3 months from now that the stock market could get back to where it was. If we can get back to work, if the economy gets rolling, then the stock market can recover very quickly. One of the things that we're watching is how we're investing and what we're investing in, because being in the right investments at this time is going to make all the difference. Just owning a giant index fund that owns everything, every stock out there, that'll go up as the stock market goes up. But if you own a giant index fund, all that means is you own every stock out there. And so you own the good stocks, but you also own the bad stocks. And those bad stocks can be really horrific. Think of the cruise lines right now. They're down 70, 80%. So that is hurting the stock market. Whereas you have other companies like Amazon and Microsoft and Netflix that are doing amazing, and their stock is going up. So it all depends on what's happening with those individual companies, with their industries. I really feel for the travel industry, and I think it's going to be hurting for many months, if not years. I don't think it's going to be a quick recovery for the travel industry, and that's a very sad thing. I love travel, so I look forward to traveling again soon, I hope. Maybe several months, but I hope to be able to travel again and see the world. Anyway, just wanted to give you that quick economic and market update. Be positive. There's things that are out of our control, and we can't let them get us down. We can't control the virus and how much it spreads and the damage it does. We can't control necessarily our government and the actions they take, although we can, right, through voting. So we should vote. Make sure you're going to vote this November for who you think should be president, who you think should be your senator, congressman, and other representatives, state representatives. We want them to be making good decisions, and if they're not, we need to get them out of office, and we need to get some good people in there. Anyways, have a wonderful day, and enjoy any time off that you do have. I'm still been working. I've been taking a little bit of time with my kids. About 1 day a week I've been taking off to homeschool my kids and to be with them, and that's been a good thing. It's also very stressful, and I'm only doing it 1 day a week. So for parents out there who are doing it every day, I feel for you, and I hope you're surviving. And I'm very sad that schools are canceled to the end of the school year. I really think they could have opened them back up, but that's just me. But anyway, we'll be safe, and hope you're doing well. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.